Now, after we pause, we're going to breathe and do all of those things, but then we're going to posture ourselves for prayer. Okay? And where do we find the time to pray? Sometimes it's a short moment, it's in the restroom, in the bathroom at home, where you're locked away from the kids, even briefly, because sometimes if you have little people, right, they're always at your ankle and all of those things. But just finding a moment to pause and to center yourself and to posture yourself for prayer. Okay? And this is where the Holy Spirit can speak to us. Sometimes prayer isn't always just shouting out loud and saying all the things, saying all the things. A lot of it is the listening, right? Allowing the Spirit to speak to us, allowing the Holy Spirit to speak into our situation. Why? Because He knows it already, right? We just have to allow Him space to minister to us, correct? Okay, and this is where you can take your burdens and lay them down. You know, express all your thoughts, your fears, your sorrows. Speak to Him, right? In a way that, of course, is reverent, but in a way that in your way of communicating, right? Sometimes we feel like we have to have these boisterous prayers like our prayer warriors and all of these things. But prayer is communicating with God. That's what it is. The long and short of it, you're just communicating with God and laying down your burdens before Him and knowing that He is the one, the only one that is able to handle you and to accept you, all of you, for who you are in that judgment-free zone. Correct? Okay? It's not a performance, right? So we see the prayer warriors, they're so, they're amazing and all of those things, but it doesn't have to be a polished prayer. It's a prayer that is sincere, a prayer that is truthful, that is not only spirited, but making sure that you are speaking truth to your situation, because He already knows it. You just are inviting Him into your situation. Okay? Sometimes prayer can be just a whisper. All right? Sometimes we call out. Sometimes we call out. Sometimes there are circumstances that cause us to weep, right? Almost to a point of wailing, right? Depends on if we're in some kind of sorrow, or sometimes situations are so deep and horrible, really, that all you can do is wail and call out and cry onto God. But He hears you, okay? But prayer opens the door, right? And prayer says, I don't have the strength to do this by myself, but I know who does, right? And it's showing that you have faith in the one who is able and is willing to do exceedingly abundantly above everything that you can even ask or think. You just have to invite Him in.